Oh, hold on 1 second, guys. Darin is calling already.
Let me get my...
How do I mute? Okay, give me 1 second, guys. Let me just mute that real quick. Hi, Darin. How's it going? It's so nice to meet you. I'm Kathryn. This is Stephanie. We apologize. Shay just stepped out for a moment.
Yes.
So we do have you currently muted. You're not live yet on the chat. Yeah. But thank you for being early. Yeah. I love that. No, you're the best. I'm a stage manager, so whenever people are early, I'm like, God, thank you. Well, nowhere currently because of COVID-19. Yeah. Yeah. In the before times, I've stage managed with Disney, Marvel, and Lucasfilm. So, yeah. Hey! I love it. That's so amazing. No, yeah, they can't hear you yet. No spoilers. Okay. But if I'm trying to do we want to wait till Shay?
Yeah. We're gonna have you just hang out right here. So if you don't mind, just hanging tight. We'll keep the chat entertained. Shay will be back in just a moment, and then we'll get started. Okay? Yes.
No. Yeah. You sound great. The lighting is fantastic.
Sorry, excuse me. Oh, is Mr. DePaul here? Oh my God.
That's awesome. Wait.
He's so...
Shay's back. Here we go. Hold on.
So sorry.
Here.
No, hang on a second. Mr. DePaul. Fancy meeting you here. So you are, okay, the perpetual professional. Let me just get everything set up. I do not believe your window is open here. Guest scene. Okay. So we have you are in the back. Look at this guy. Look at him. Hang on a second.
There's a camera facing me, and that's all we got.
So we're gonna, my camera is a little out of focus. We're just gonna fix that.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. You look beautiful. Actually, really nobody cares what I look like, honestly. Okay, oh my gosh. I don't know if you can see the chat. If you can't, that's all right. We're gonna relay.
I was gonna focus on you. I watched a little earlier when a friend of mine was just on before me.
Mr. Mercer?
Mr. Mercer.
Oh my gosh. I'm so glad he told that story, because if he wasn't going to tell that story, I was like, I need you to tell this story. This world is way too small.
Did he tell it? He
did, but
I missed that part.
Would you like to share your side of the story? Like,
I'm happy to. Yeah.
So
he's a very special person. He just sent me a little text right before he went on, which was nice.
Before you start telling the story, because we want to hear this, everybody is wishing you happy birthday in the chat.
Oh,
it's just like
birthday.
Mr. DePaul, if I had known this was your birthday, I would not have. I would have felt. I know, Darin, you're so lovely. You just are. I admire you so much, and I respect you. I respect your work so much that it's. I'm just a little verklempt right now. I guess. So, I'm like, I can't call him Darin. Like, I'm not worthy.
What? I kept it so quiet. I took the date off of everything, going, there's a couple more important things happening in the world. And then people started sending things. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a message from a dear friend of mine in New York, and 4 years ago, we met for lunch the day after, and everybody was like crying and hugging in the streets. And she was like, I remember hugging you and you consoling me. And she goes, and now I want you to hear the cheers and the joy.
Oh my gosh.
And we're doing that for everybody. We want to welcome everybody in and go, it's like gaming. We're all one big fandom. We're all one big group. Let's just love each other and go, you don't like that? Cool. You like this? Fabulous. Come on in. All are welcome.
Right.
This is a weird way to start. I don't even know if we're starting.
You know what? Hey, yeah, we're here. Everybody can hear. Everybody can hear you.
Hi, I'm Darin. I was a character named, I think it's named Ardyn?
Could be. I want this to be, so we have you up on the screen. It's your whole face. Like, originally we were just going to have you in a little tiny box in the corner, but, like, everybody was like, no, I want to see everything. So I want this to be whatever you want it to be. We are here from Final Fantasy 15. Your role as Ardyn.
What's that? What's that? I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar with that project. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. The man who, to my understanding, got the role on one line that he recorded.
I did that. I've told that story before. It wasn't a line. It was one audition. And it's all tied into my dear friend Matt Mercer.
Please tell the story. We are here to listen. We just want to talk about anything you want to watch. And if you need like a segue, like we have questions for you. There's like
I will say I did last year on my birthday. My wife was out of town and I went to Disneyland with my friend Erica Ishii, and we discovered Salt and Straw's sage, peach, and cornbread stuffing ice cream. So I took my wife just now for sage, peach, and cornbread stuffing ice cream, paired with cold brew cashew.
Oh my!
And then I came home. My sister had sent like a dozen cupcakes. So right now we're like, "Hi, everybody." We have a lot of sugar.
Dude, we have Mike and Ike. So although you can't see them because they're green in the green screen, we have Red Bull and coffee, and we are hyped up. And more importantly, I'm sorry. Let me just take a swig of water because my throat is just dying here.
Have you been playing the game? I watched earlier when you were playing. The three of you were on screen. And I saw you playing through something with Prompto.
Yes. So we have been playing. I've actually been playing. Well, Steph and I started playing at midnight.
Yeah.
I have continued playing. This is my what hour are we on? An hour and 1 o'clock.
We're at 13, almost 14 hours now.
Okay, so I haven't slept since 9 a.m. the night before. I am like on adrenaline right now, and I can't tell you how just like the dopamine injection that I'm getting just looking at you look so dressed up. You like the fact that you try to just please everybody here to make it a special moment is just like my brain is broken. Everybody else's brain is broken on your birthday.
Well, but that's what it's about. It is about giving back. And you realize that through what we do through all of us. And it's like saying thank you that this project that it's been over for a bit.
Right.
But that it still means so much to people, and that people are finding it or people are returning to it during this crazy time.
Especially.
And are connecting and finding comfort.
Yeah.
That means a lot to an artist that's just going, okay, we were in a booth and we didn't know if people were going to like it. I will
Maybe you
segue.
knew.
I will tell.
Okay.
I did not. I will tell stories, and they'll probably weave in and out.
Yep.
I'm so sorry.
No. Darin, we have this saying here. If you say sorry for no good reason, then you put $1 in there, and I'm donating the money to charity. So no saying sorry for anything that you shouldn't be saying sorry for.
Going back to Erica Ishii, I was at one of my first recordings at Geek and Sundry. I think it was 2016.
Yeah.
And Ardyn had just premiered. There was a big event they held, and they showed a little bit of the movie, the
Kingsglaive
the CG movie,
right?
Kingsglaive, and people, they didn't know it was me, and people hated the voice. I was like, you get excited because it was so different than anything else I had done. And I went to Eric and went, oh, this is the one they're not gonna like. I poured everything into it, at that point, and then it changed and people loved it. What we got to do, I don't know if anybody talked about that. We got to do something rare in games when we were doing the translation along with the Japanese actors. We did it at, they would send their files and we'd do it. So that was great to progress the story with them. To just be in the moment and lift the words off the page at the same time.
I mean, did you find it hard at all to when you'd get a line out of nowhere that didn't have too much context? I mean, voice acting has got to be so different than stage acting, which you're
same thing.
Really?
Same thing. I will say, now again, I'm a weird person.
No.
But I will go, it's the same thing.
We're all
You're
mad in
looking
here.
at it, you're making choices, you're in the moment, you're committing 100% to the character, you're protecting the integrity of the character. So it's about that. It's like doing that first table read.
Yeah.
And you're seeing the script for the first time, and everybody's bringing so much energy and passion. But you're doing that in a booth with the directors and the technicians.
Yeah.
And I don't know if anybody's talked about our wonderful director, Keith Farley.
Many people. They've all said the
Yes.
same thing. Yeah, and he's an actor too, right? So he
is.
So that
in Mass Effect. I think they're
Right.
having a Mass Effect celebration.
That's right.
And he's at
That's
that.
what Matt said.
And I knew him as a playwright before that because he wrote the musical Bat Boy, which I had seen off Broadway
Yeah.
and loved it. And then when I worked on my very first video game, which was Skylanders, and I was still in New York, and they did a hookup. And they were like, it was this weird session where I was in New York, Keith was in LA. We were supposed to sing together. Yorma Taccone from the Lonely Island was directing us.
Oh, really? I know who that guy is. Oh my god. When you said
Directed part
Dakota,
of Skylanders like marketing.
That's
And it was this weird thing of you can't sing together when there's a time lapse.
Yeah.
And we were trying to sing We're Not Gonna Take It, and it was a lot of fun, but a disaster. But we talked and bonded over my love of that musical Bat Boy, which I then just saw. Like 4 years ago, there was a revival in LA and loved it.
Nice.
But that connected us through theater, and Keith really allowed me to make interesting choices, which I like to do. That he knew where I was going and trusted me, going, that's not what we'd expect, but I love it. And that allowed me to give my interpretation to Ardyn that made it, I don't know, people still like it. So
let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
You and I zoomed a little bit. I have told everybody, like, I shouldn't tell people this, but I've been telling everybody because I just, like, my heart was bursting. I had such an enjoyable conversation with you. And it was like, what is it? Over the years, Final Fantasy is like a 35-year franchise at this point.
Yeah.
It's been around for a long, long time. And, I could name like 5. There's been like 15, 6. Well, now there's a 16th mainline. Countless like spin-offs and stuff like that. I could probably name 5 villains off the top of my head that I would consider to be iconic. And Ardyn just like totally jumped the line, got right in there, like between Sephiroth and Kefka, like how, I mean, do you have any speculation on, did you know when you were recording the lines that this was like something special? Like,
yeah. I was so
like,
thrilled.
This is a character,
I'll tell. It's a long story, but
we're here. I sent you the link a little early, so we've got a few extra minutes. I would.
Oh, great!
Just tell
Hi, everybody. I'm Darin. I don't know if I said Hi, everybody. I'm Darin. Auditions come through your agent, and a lot of times they're under code name, and you don't know what it was.
What was it, agent? What was this one? It was Project Black or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Yes, we can talk about it now because I was like,
okay.
Yeah, it was Black, and there was a picture of him, which a lot of times you don't get, but it came through with Core and a lot of other characters, and I went, oh, well, that's a deep voice guy, and I think I had been doing Reinhardt and Valkorion and Star Wars, and at that time, and I had recently moved from New York from doing a lot of theater, and I was like, well, I'm known as doing the deep voice things.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that character. He's number one. He's very, very, very handsome. They'll never use me. Still in my theater brain.
I told him.
Why would I get that? We had that talk. You're like,
you're very handsome.
Well, it's
stop it. Everyone in the chat is like, anyway.
They're very kind. They're very kind. Thank you for a lovely birthday present for saying that. But I let it get in my head going because I really thought it's a Matt character. Having loved Critical Role and been on Critical Role, I thought it was like Gilmore on Gilmore's Glorious Goods. I'm like, oh, Matt has that. He can do it in his sleep. That will be great. Let me put my my stuff into Core. I'm gonna really work on this Core character.
So
and there was another low voice guy who's the father of who you cosplay as. What's that character's name?
Father of Regis.
Regis?
Oh, me.
Yeah.
Yes. Sid.
Yeah, he's like a mechanic.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, I'm gonna do him because I can get that.
Funny.
And my wife was like, no, you grew up in, you went to private school. You understand Ardyn.
It's true.
You're from theater. You understand Ardyn.
Because the dramatic, the flair for the dramatic.
Yeah.
He is theatrical.
Yes.
While still being grounded, but he's just having a great time. So I did one take going, I'm never going to get this. Sent it off to my agent. And, you don't hear for a while. And then they hired me to do a news reporter in a trailer for Final Fantasy 15.
Okay, yes. I've seen that. I think the Omen trailer, maybe.
Yeah, I think, and it was like Luna Freya was fighting with a guard, and the guard threw her to the ground.
Yeah.
I was also the guard, and they're like, "You're gonna do some noises," and I was like, "Fine, it's a job. I love working." Yeah. And I got there, and Julie Nathanson, who then wound up being entwined with Ardyn later on, Era. She's the voice of Era.
Yes.
He was waiting in front of me. Now this was at night because they were gonna link up with Japan, and she's like, "I know something you don't know." I'm like, "What?" It was, "Congratulations, Ardyn." I'm like, "What are you?
Oh my
what are you
gosh.
talking about?" "I'm here to do a newsman." She goes,
Actually, sure, Jan.
And then Keith Farley came out, and it was like 9 or 10 at night, and he's like, "And we just want to congratulate."
Oh
I'm
my
like,
gosh.
"Oh, blah, blah." And then I walk in the booth, and Keith's at the thing connecting with Japan, and his face fell. He's like, "Oh," he's like, "Okay, Darin, before we do the newsman, we're going to do another callback on Ardyn right now."
Wow.
I'm like, "Okay."
On the spot, like.
And it's late
talk
at night.
about pressure.
They're like, and he's like, "They think you're too old." I'm like, "Okay, that's fine. I can't change that." And I did it, and then we did the newsman, and I went, "Well, I probably didn't get that." And then it happened. I was like, really? I was so thrilled to experience that because I knew the history.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm in a Final Fantasy game, and that I could play someone with so much style and such delicious language. The writers were so good.
He's such a at first we were talking, and I was like, why did I think Ardyn was so popular? Well, he's got this story that's really kind of tragic, and he's not really the bad guy. But then at the end, I was like, you know what? And really, actually, what it boils down to is he's so charismatic. You hook them. I mean, what you said is absolutely right. It's theatrics, and that just hooks people. And man, I don't think there's anybody in this chat who wasn't just enthralled.
Yeah.
So no, and I'm not trying to fluff you up or anything. All you have to do is look at the chat, just being
I'm staying away. I was like, I'll get all oh my God, it's going too fast. Thank you, everybody, for saying.
Yes.
But, that Keith allowed me to be so grand and to hold on to words a bit.
Yes.
And just get so. I'm trying to think of a word that he would use, but I can't think of it right now. I'm just so overflowing with kindness. It's like everybody.
Oh my gosh, the cat.
That I got to do that, and that he had so much fun.
Yeah.
That every session was great. That's what I remember, is going in and recording with Keith and hearing stories, and we would just talk theater, and the wonderful writers would go, I rewrote this line for you because you can make it more delicious.
Right. And it's your spin on it. It's it's what you're bringing to the role.
Yeah.
Because that, after that first session where we did, a man of no consequence. That was the very first session in that scene.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And I thought that was it. And then when they hired me a little later for Kingsglaive, I was like, oh, it must be a cutscene. I don't know what this is.
He played a pretty significant part for the
you never know.
Yeah.
And then, I'm doing scenes with,
all these actors. Yeah.
And that people liked it, and that it was a glorious thing to see him, for the first time, just so alive.
Yeah.
And then every session we'd go in, and every time I got to go in, it was this wonderful gift. I think it was 3 years that I got to play Ardyn.
Yeah. Because you had the DLC and the Dissidia. I mean,
a couple years ago, and just that they kept bringing him back. Now again, it's due to tribute to Square Enix and the wonderful team in Japan that's telling their story that we get to be part of, very luckily.
Right.
But it's just utter joy to do that. I don't know if I'm very, very lucky, and we talked about this, Shay. I get to play a lot of terrific.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
characters.
Darin, so much of that has to do with. Obviously, I'm sure there's, and I said this to Matt, and I said this to Adam. There is luck involved, but you have a tremendous amount of talent, and I'm not saying that to just flatter you. I'm saying that it's a craft, and you get these roles because you're good at what you do.
Definitely.
It's just.
Yes, I will accept it.
Okay.
And I will not put any money in the thing because accept it, Darin. My wife would go, accept the compliment. In theater, what I was for many years is a utility man because I did a lot of stuff. So they didn't know what to do with me.
Yeah.
But that's where Deb and I came from. So when you're doing musicals and you're playing a lot of parts, or you're understudying, which I did a lot of
range.
Like, Broadway understudy. They're like, well, you can do this part, that part, that part. So we won't put you in the play. You'll sit off stage in case we need you in an emergency. So then you're constantly playing the top of your game. You're watching other performers. You're listening to how directors are directing everybody.
Right.
And that kind of soaks in. But if my wife had not said on a chance thing, let's try LA, this never would have happened. We were New York theater people. Deb still does, had done a lot of musicals, and, it did Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, and, she had that. She was giving up a lot and found a lot here, that it was just a chance. And that's why I say it was luck, because when I first got here, nobody was really interested.
Right.
I have a great agent. I'm with one of the top 5 agencies. Again, great.
Totally.
Got that because I had done a long-running campaign for Geico. There was an old storyteller.
Really? That was you?
Hands with the store. That was me for 8 years. That paid for the trip. That was.
Oh my God! I'm gonna go look up those commercials.
I loved them. They were so great,
fun.
and they played the music because they had to be 30 seconds, and they were so imaginative and charming, and I loved them. But because commercials will give residuals, like, we got a little in the bank because we're theater people.
Sure,
like,
Hey,
I was like, let's try. We'll try it. We'll be there for 6 months. Everybody we know from New York theater that goes to LA.
Help you out.
It's no. It's so hard to break in. They go back.
Oh, okay.
Breaking into what I did, I hit it. It's luck. It's timing. It's talent. And again, I'm very lucky, and I just am so grateful that people like the characters, that I've played this wide variety, and that people get so moved by them, and the fan art, and just when I saw my first cosplay of Ardyn,
oh my gosh, Ardyn is very popular. We have a couple of people, Jay in the chat, they do an amazing Ardyn cosplay.
Thank you, Jay.
So that's gonna make their whole evening, I'm sure.
All right, then I'll do it one better. Oh, thank you, Jay.
Oh.
You've done me very proud.
Oh my God.
Chancellor approved.
They are screaming in the chat right now.
It's like a screw. Gosh.
That's why I didn't want to see it, because it's gonna be like blah blah blah, and I'm like, I'm too old.
The chat is.
I know. It's like 300 people of just like screeching, like, and it's like keyboard smashing. It's not even like actual words. I'm gonna clip some of this, and at some point I'll send you a clip of it so you can just see the wall of text.
Definitely.
Well, thank you. That's why I was like. Yes, you want to do this on your birthday because you want to give back. That's what this is about. You want to thank people for liking your work. Because, again, I have done some projects that I love. They didn't hit as much. Yeah. Some of them do, some of them don't. But when something hits like this or Overwatch or Spider-Man or, stuff that's coming up, you just go, thank you, because we love doing this. Yeah. Every time you get to go in a booth and work with the writers and the directors, and then you see the animators, all the work they put into it, and you're part of that team, it's a thrill, because that's what I think artists do. It's this wonderful team that come together to give a gift. I was watching something recently, which I think is totally Ardyn, if you want to know for me.
Yes, I want to hear it. Tell us everything.
If you have HBO Max, it's the David Byrne special, that American Utopia, where they filmed his Broadway play.
Oh, okay.
And I was watching it, and it's because it's very theatrical, and it's just choreographed beautifully. And David Byrne's music is so grounded, but a little off, but a little on. You're just like, oh, it's. And I'm watching it. I turn to my wife. I'm like, it's Ardyn's playlist. Like, every song is Ardyn's playlist. I love this. I love this. I was just, that's how excited we get about it.
Oh my
God. That I don't get to don those clothes again. Right, we don't know. We've moved on to the next chapter, which is great.
Totally.
Yeah.
That's something that you do miss. Things that are coming up are exciting, but this meant something that you asked me to be part of it, because I was like, oh, people still like it. Thank you.
I mean, in some ways, I'm sorry, I'm like blending into the green screen here. You can't see it, but the chat is like, I've become a ghost because I'm just like so excited. I think, so part of it is a selfish, obviously. Obviously I was like, yeah, I want to talk to Darin DePaul. Are you kidding me? I would like, here, just take my left arm. But more importantly, I mean, it's kind of twofold. It's one, it's like we would love for Square. We would love to, the only way to get Square to see that we love like even after the life cycle of the game is through, like we'd still love content. Like, and it doesn't have to be necessarily voice acting. It can be books, it could be comics, it could be, but of course, obviously we're just like, please give us more. Like, we know that won't happen, or the chances are slim, but I wanted to do this stream because there's 300 people in the chat on a Saturday afternoon from all over the world. We've had people from all over the world. They're all screaming about, we just want everybody to know, we want Square to know that this game is really hit a chord with people in a way that not every single one of their games has done. Some of them are
great.
I
told you, I was doing the session for a new game where I'm doing creature noises, and at the end, they're like, the producer would like to say something, and she was talking about, and I went, oh, it'll be something else. She went, but my boyfriend and I quote Ardyn. I'm like, oh my gosh, after I've just been screaming and grunting and everything, that it meant something to her. And there's a story, I don't know if Ray told this or anybody told this. It was a weird time. It was maybe 2016, must have been 2016 Comic-Con in San Diego.
Right before the game came out.
Right before the game came out. And they had the off-site with the go-karts. And they wanted, I was there and Ray Chase was there and he was, he knew everybody. I didn't know. I'm like, I was walking around looking at stuff. And they're like, well, they want us to do the go-karts together and they're going to film it. I'm like, okay. Nobody knew who we were.
Right.
And they kept like leading us around and doing interviews and nobody knew. And I don't think any of those aired. And then they had a panel for Kingsglaive that I was supposed to be on for, I think, all of 5 seconds.
Right.
They're like, Darin is here. We want to put it on. And they're like, great. No. And like, oh, so I sat and watched. So I was in the audience next to Ray, next to, I think, the president of Square Enix, watching this panel.
No pressure.
And they're talking about it. And I'm like, nobody knows. Nobody knows who we are. We're right here.
They will know.
And they gave T-shirts. And there was a young lady that came in late, and she didn't get a T-shirt. So I was like, here, you can have mine. And she looked at me like I was a nut, and I just went, remember this voice.
Oh, my gosh.
And I don't know who she was. I don't know if she thought I'm a crazy old stalker, but I would love one day to someone go, that was me.
Yeah, I feel like a story, if something like that happened to me, I think I would remember something like that happening. She's probably been trying to tweet you for like 5 years now, being like, Darin, I remember that voice. I remember.
Darin,
but that's what you want. Again, that's what, and I don't do many conventions because I'm weird and got reclusive, and I don't know why. It got overwhelming.
You don't have to explain
I love
yourself.
them so much.
You don't have to explain yourself.
The guys at KupoCon are so wonderful, and they've always wanted to have me. And it was either when I was working or having an anniversary, and I was like, I'm so sorry. And then they asked recently during the pandemic, they wanted me to phone in.
Right.
And I was so sad because I think it was early in the pandemic. I'm like, I just can't.
Right.
So I all the love to everybody at KupoCon and those wonderful people.
Seriously.
Please support them. They're so kind.
They are having a stream today as well. Please, if you guys have some time, Alex is he organizes everything. He's just like, if you think what I've done is like awesome, like he's like out of this galaxy with what he organizes. So please.
He's been so kind and tried to get me, and it's never worked. And the one time like this, it could have worked. I'm like, I'm just so sad for the world.
Totally.
I don't know what I could say that, and now things have gone by and we've adapted. And we've learned how to connect, not just as gamers, but as people. Yeah. I love that. Again, we've talked about theater. So many of my friends in New York are out of work. I'm very lucky to continue to do what I love.
Good thing you moved to LA.
Yes.
I mean, nobody could have known. Nobody could have known, but it's great that
all a gamble. That's why it is. There is a lot of talent. There is a lot of having a really good agent, but it's a lot of luck. And I never, take that for granted.
Yeah.
That I still get to do what I love and that I can connect people through gaming and animation and commercials. And there's one out now for, what is it? Robitussin. You might recognize. I'm doing what it's like.
That's great.
It's like Robitussin shuts coughs down. It's like, don't worry, Julie. It's this really happy little thing that I do.
I think the fact that you just give everything, like I've said this before, and this could apply to everything, but of course, obviously, it applies to Ardyn, which is that viewers, we can tell when maybe it's phoned in, that like your job is to, and I mean, I get it. Not every like role you have is going to be like, the best role you've ever had ever. But like if you're a professional and you are the utmost professional, you give everything. You give 100% to everything. You give 110%, 120% to everything. Yeah. And I think the dividends pay off because like it just gets, you just said Robitussin and the chat just went like, brah,
Yeah.
Like
I use that product.
Exactly. I mean, it means something. We connect to it. It's just.
Well, because this is what we do. It's.
You use
we throw a little bit of love into everything we do. Everything matters. And
it does.
And I know maybe some actors don't go away. That's what, I'm a weird person.
No.
But every little gig that I get, they go, okay, we've got 5 guys in Hearthstone for a session because you can do more than one in Hearthstone. And
do we have any Hearthstone players in the chat? Sorry, I'm just asking the chat if there's any Hearthstone players.
Through Blizzard, I am now 73 characters throughout Blizzard games. Blizzard is the first one that went, oh, you're not going back home. So Blizzard I owe a lot to.
I have to interrupt you, Aaron. I apologize. No, I just want to interrupt you. When we started it was around what, 4,100? We just broke 5,100
what
in the time that you have been on here talking
so sorry.
to us.
I'm not sorry. I didn't say that.
Don't say you're sorry. It's my money. I'm having
money.
But Darin, this is all people that I feel strongly that they're donating so that you can see how much they are just so excited for you, passionate about your work. I know everybody loves you as Ardyn, but I think I speak for everybody when I say like, we want you to succeed in everything you do, no matter what. Like, we want you to be super successful because that means we get to enjoy everything that you do from here to eternity. Like,
going forward.
I'm very lucky to have
holy moly, you guys.
Well, I've gotten the chance that I have to do so many things that so many franchises have trusted me with their characters, that Square Enix does trust me, that Blizzard, that Lucasfilm, that Disney. I never thought that would happen. Again, in New York, I was an understudy.
Right.
It's like, that's nice. Here's the real cast.
Yeah.
So you get used to that. And that was probably in my head when I saw the Ardyn picture, going, I probably could do it. But if I went into a casting room, they would go, oh, interesting choice, but you don't look it. And that does apply. Now, it shouldn't apply in voiceover, but you have that in your head. But since then, I've gotten to do, some things I never thought I'd do, and that's the joy of it. And that people like it, it means a lot. That's why we do this. It's nice for people to know it, but that on their worst day, this moved them. On their best day, it made them happy, or they remember a time. That's what art and games and theater, this is what it's about.
Yeah.
When as we've seen during this crazy, crazy year. Sorry to get serious.
No, please. The longest freaking year in eternity.
Well, we go to what brings us comfort.
Yeah.
And I've been listening to a lot of Leon Redbone, which I used to listen to in college. It's like he's an old jazz musician. And I was like, I'm going to listen to a lot of Leon Redbone. I love him. And that people go, I'm going to, draw Ardyn. I'm going to, relive a Noctis adventure. I'm going to, do things with Prompto and take pictures. It mattered.
Yeah.
Is so, so, so important.
I mean,
that somehow this crazy guy that likes to wear ties and suits
and frills
got to go on and be this me.
Flamboyant. Yeah, sorry, you. I thought you were talking about Ardyn, but yes.
Same guy.
You, I mean, you talk.
It's the same person, dear lady. You don't know that, but we are the same. If only I could convince you. I'm getting closer to the mic so that perhaps my voice might wash over you. in ways that you might enjoy, or in ways that might terrify you.
Oh my God.
Like, I don't want to say.
What?
I know.
I have like the shit, like my goosebumps.
The entire chat.
I'm trying to be quiet because I want people to be able to clip those. They're gonna do it. They're gonna clip the song.
Watch it.
In fact, I'm just gonna turn the music of the game off, just in the background, so that they can just hear your unadulterated.
Yes.
Pure.
That's okay.
I know you. I know you don't have visibility on the chat, but you need to know everybody is just getting so. Every time you speak, especially when you use the Ardyn voice, it really does break the chat. Everyone just falls apart in the best possible way.
I don't want you to feel. I mean, the most important thing is that I don't want you to feel like you are like put on a stage and be like, "Come on, do the thing, say the lines." Like I don't like we're here to talk to you, Darin, the person, but. Whatever, if you want to say anything in Ardyn's voice, like we're just here to let him bask in it.
Well, I think that everything, that's what acting is about. That my journey as a person brought me to Ardyn. I didn't know that was going to be on the road, but that things, all that avant-garde theater that my wife would get me interested in, all my. I have a lot of friends that were in Rock of Ages. I don't know if you know that show.
Oh, yeah.
And Mitch Jarvis, who played Lonnie, is, the main narrator, was a very good friend. We were writing a musical together called William Shakespeare's Macbolton. It was Macbeth with Michael Bolton music, and the producers wanted to do it. It was crazy. But a lot of Ardyn, I told Mitch, I'm like, I stand like you. Because Mitch is this, young brother, like, hey, and I'm like, that is what I'm picturing. Is if I didn't have Mitch in my life, would I have the confidence that Ardyn had? What did Mitch Jarvis bring me that I then brought to you guys?
That's interesting.
It's all of that.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, because Reinhardt is a little bit of my father, is a little bit of Theater Bickel, that I had done a tour for a year with my wife of Fiddler on the Roof, and Theater, who is just a phenomenal performer. Who is Viennese and Austrian, and there's a little bit of that in that. So you're a sponge and you're an observer when you're an artist, and then you can bring that back. You got the Rolodex here, so that when we would do these great things with Ardyn, I knew in my head what the picture would be.
So I'm a freelance illustrator. I'm a comic book artist is what I do. And so I'm actually working on a video game that some of the cast, actually I can't really talk about it. Never mind. Just ignore. NDAs. Anyway, the point being that you just said something that really deeply resonates with me, which is that like I see art that resonates with me and I file it away for later, and I see a piece of art that like speaks to me in some way, I file it away, and then when I go to do my own work, I maybe I'll pull like this element and this element, and then it just becomes this whole like woven bouquet of something new. And I just, the way you were speaking about how like you have like memories of how somebody did a certain line and how somebody did this line. There's actually, I don't want to be the one to ask you this, but I would like to ask you if you would be willing to say one Ardyn line. The reason being, and you can say no, but this has come up in the last two conversations we've had. Yes. So when somebody was like, "Oh, can you say this line? Like, can you say this?"
We were asking him what other character he would love to have voiced, and Ardyn
Ardyn came up. Yeah. And so
he's wonderful. I loved him on Preacher. He was so phenomenal on Preacher.
Yeah,
we have the same agent, by the way. We're represented by the same agent.
I think I actually knew that because when I contacted him, and then Matt told me. Anyway, long story short, I was like, "Well, why did I just? Oh, I should have talked to her." Anyway, long story short, basically what happened is Matt also apparently
would have loved to have voiced Ardyn as well.
He auditioned for Ardyn, and then when he heard that you got the role, he was like ecstatic. He was like, "Of course, I can't think of anybody better." But so
very kind. So we were connected through time. I told you that story of playing my first D&D game.
Totally, I know, with his mother.
Before he was
so
born.
Crazy.
And then one of my first sessions, my first session for Blizzard was a big Walla session, and they had about 16 of us there, and I was brand new, and they were just trying me out. And I just got paired up with Matt a couple times, and he was like, I really like your spirit.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Let's have lunch. And we went to lunch at a Panera. We're fancy. And Walter Koenig from Star Trek walked by, and we're like freaking out. And he goes, I have one question for you. Why are you in a picture with my mother? I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's what you said. You were like, what?
Yeah, and he showed the picture.
So
and it was like me and Lori and Burt Reynolds, because we're Burt Reynolds Apprenticeship,
it's the thing.
and Jim Neighbors and Dolly Parton. Because Dolly Parton, Burt would bring us presents. The Burt Reynolds Apprenticeship was a year-long after you graduated and you were a Florida student. They'd take 6 men and 6 women, and you would work in the theater for a year.
Yeah.
On one play, you might run the lights. On one play, you do costumes. If you were lucky, you were in the show.
Yeah.
Burt would bring a lot of, this was in the 80s, so Burt would bring a lot of big stars of that time to teach and work with us. It was unlike any other training I'd ever received, because these big name film people are treating you like an equal and giving you class and telling you how to respect the character, telling you how to protect the integrity of the character. Burt would talk about choices that we did a play called God's Favorite, which is a early Neil Simon show. And I played, there's an angel character in it who's a little nutsy. And he calls God at one moment. And I was just dialing the phone, because remember, I'm old and there were dials.
Sure.
And
we had a rotary phone.
Mr. Reynolds went, well, if it's God's number, isn't it the longest number ever? And he just started dialing, and he paused and he dialed.
Some more.
A little more.
So funny.
And you watch that and you go, oh, we can
Why did I think that? Yeah.
So funny.
I had done Little Shop of Horrors, the national tour with Anthony Rapp was our Seymour.
Oh.
He's wonderful on Discovery, and we're still friends. We had a Zoom.
Hello, KupoCon. KupoCon's in the chat. Not to interrupt.
Hi.
But say
you
hi.
guys are wonderful. I can't say they, sorry.
Sorry.
But thank you. You guys are wonderful. We love you.
KupoCon, Ardyn, Darin's been singing your praises this whole chat, so thank you for everything that you do.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You are amazing.
Thank you.
Guys, you are
Please
amazing.
support KupoCon. They're delightful people, and they really care about this. And I forgot where I was.
Go ahead. No, you were talking Little Shop of Horrors.
Little Shop of Horrors. And Jerry Zaks had told Anthony, when the plant speaks for the first time, you stare at it and you hear the laugh. Yeah. But you keep staring and you let it go for 3, no matter what, because it will happen. And that trust in it and that focus. And always remember that kind of thing. And when you work on games, a lot of times you can't because there's timing issues. But you remember letting it, trusting in the material, trusting in the audience, trusting in the moment. We had to match the Japanese timing, but they'd let me go a little bit over if they could fudge it, because I wanted to be a little grander and fancier. So Keith was wonderful in that he allowed me to be theatrical, and to be spooky and to be creepy. And I think I rolled my R's a couple times in words. He's like, okay, you get 2. Yeah. You get 2, and that's it. It goes, anyway, it's too affected then for Ardyn. Yeah. And then somebody pointed out very early on, they went, well, if you misspell Darin, you can kind of turn the letters around and it's Ardyn. I was like,
someone in the chat was saying that earlier too.
So, not to hurry.
Really?
Yeah. Not to hurry you at all, because greatness can't be hurried, but we have 10 minutes.
Yeah. What's happening?
We have 10
minutes.
10 minutes before I have to get the next guest in. If you want to call back later, man, we would totally have you. But I also have been up like 100 hours right now.
I know, you're so kind to do this.
Yes.
If there's any questions, let's quickly answer.
We're going to do that.
As a thank you to the chat who donated
Thank you, everybody, for watching.
$5,000. We already donated $5,000. Let's we're going to ask some questions from the chat.
Stephanie's going to ask some questions for you.
So I've been
okay, wait a second.
What's up?
This is question 1 for Ardyn Izunia. Question 1 happening now.
I don't think I can speak.
I'm trying to not squeal. I'm trying. Okay,
you are incredibly tough. Okay. So first question.
Yes. Oh, Reinhardt's here as well. Sorry.
Yes. Okay. This is from Spallone Babugu Scooty. What is your favorite aspect?
Wait a minute. Stop. How dare you have such an odd handle? What is your name? We need normal names like Ardyn Izunia. These are real names, not constructed bubbles from the Jungle Book. What up?
Spalloni, what's your real name? I'm looking. I'm watching the chat. Spalloni, what's your real name? Spalloni.
No, it's all right.
Okay. All right.
Anyways,
Like
the question is, what is your favorite aspect of Ardyn as a character? The way that they wrote him as a character.
Oh gosh. That he wins.
That's right, Shay.
That he is technically the villain. Now again,
He
you don't
does
play him
win.
as a villain. You play him as the hero of his own story.
He gets what he wants in the end.
He got what he wanted.
Yes.
And I didn't expect that because, we don't know the end when he started.
Love that. I love that about Ardyn. Because Kefka was the only other character, the only other Final Fantasy villain that got that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Spalloni's...
Well, there was a wonderful moment. The first recording session, it was, the boats bring you here. They won't take you forth, or something like that.
Yes,
it's been a long time.
the boat.
And then like a year or so later, we got to the ending scene, and they're like, there's a bookend. It was, the throne brings you here. And I was like, that they did that. And when I see it, I like geeked out going, yeah! That kind of writing. I'm doing one now, and I can't tell you what it is, but I'm doing a video game, and they went, okay, this character is based on Elizabeth Kubler-Ross's 5 Stages of Death. In the 5 scenes that you do, we're going to do bargaining, anger, denial, acceptance. And I'm like, what we are doing now in games, that we can do this, and it's so immersive, and that it can be anything. Why are people texting me? I know, it's my birthday. I'm sorry about the text noise. Sorry, I should have had it off.
No, I can't hear it. We can't
As an actor, that we get to do these things, and as the audience and the player, that you get to experience it. That's got to be the best aspect. That you guys, can take to it and go on that journey. And, that's a gift. Totally. That's a real gift.
Absolutely.
By the way,
Thank you, Thelonious Monk.
You know who Spalloni's real name is? It's Shay.
I do not.
It's Shay.
It's Shay.
It's
Best
what
name,
a coincidence. I've never met anybody with my name before. So
Okay, so
next one.
Next question.
Wait, Ardyn, question number 2.
Thank you, Shay.
Yeah.
Thank you for your question.
I'm stealing that, Spalloni. I'm clipping that.
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so this next question is from Alisan 007 or 007.
It's a robot. Don't trust it. It's a robot.
Get out of the way.
007.
Oh my gosh.
It's a robot overlord.
Did you ever watch that show? I used to watch that show.
Yeah.
Cyborg 007.
Yes. Okay, what Final Fantasy scene was your favorite or the most fun to do?
Which what?
What Final Fantasy 15 scene was your favorite or the most fun for you to do?
Did you have a fun scene? Are you going to tell him about the Bahamut scene? Please tell him that
Should
story.
I tell him that?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Again, I was very delicious. Everything I got to do as him was just joyful. And then, again, when Julie Nathanson, who played Era, getting to tie it together, and when they went, your love, your long-lost love is going to be the person that first told you, you have Ardyn Izunia, you got the role. That was great. When we recorded the gangway scene, when
you guys are
Ardyn
scream.
When he finally reveals who he is, now they send us the files with the performance for distance, if you will. They're not going to affect how we play it, but we'll know the distance of how we're talking, if it's up close or long. And we heard the things, and Keith was like, this is gonna be juicy, and everything, underplay it, because he's won here. And it's all about, I'm going to tell you who I really am. You'll never guess who Izunia is. And we underplayed, and we're like, we listened back and went, this is chilling. I love this. Then we watched it in the game, and it's like, music, bum, bum, bum. We had no idea. And it's just like, I'm glad there's subtitles, because the beauty, and I remember that day, I remember where we were, where I stood in the studio, and we talked about it, this scene that I got to do, that the villain reveals his plot, and it's not just mustache twirly, it's underplayed, and it's beautiful, but it's chilling, and I don't know if any of that got through.
It did.
You just go, darn it.
I told Ardyn.
That's the answer to your question.
Darin, I'm going to keep calling you
I forgot to go. Wait a second, Shay. That was question number 2 for Ardyn Izunia. Question number 2.
I told him that it got patched. They fixed that. They fixed the audio in a patch, in a later patch, because we all had the same thing. We were like, this is such an important scene in it. It's so good, but like we can't hear anything. So they changed it so that you can hear it much better. Okay, I think...
You should have J. Jonah Jameson telling it, reading the subtitles over, because they'll do him in Spider-Man. He could have made it hard.
Let's do one more question.
Jonah. Your game comes out next week.
Sorry, I totally ruined that by being like, one more question. Okay.
We're just here sharing our hearts about this thing that we love.
My heart is about to burst. My heart is literally about to burst right now. I can't. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you to everybody that's watching.
Yes.
Yeah, no. So this one is from Brogy Bear 95. We asked this of the other voice actors. And
Question number 3. Question number 3. For Ardyn Izunia, from Smokey the Bear, forest fires cause trouble. Question 3.
Absolutely beautiful. So we asked this of the other voice actors. We would love to know, if you could have played any other character other than your own, who would you have played and why? After
Izunia Ardyn.
only Ardyn. Why would you want to play anybody else?
I was very lucky. I hit the jackpot with him. I was so lucky. I played a couple others, and I don't think people know. There was one day that they brought me in to do a trailer, and there was a loop group there that were looping the scene where Luna Freya is healing people.
Yes,
If you remember that. And I was there, and they're like, somebody had to leave. Darin, do you want to jump in? Because they know I'm just like, yeah, I'm a big kid. I'm like, of course. So I think there's an older man that she heals.
Yes,
I'm that guy.
That's that scene. That's like a cut. It's a missable scene. It's such an important scene, and you can miss it by not talking to the character. So
so I got to be in that, and then later on when I got to meet Amy Shields, who's Luna Freya, I totally geek out. She's wonderful. Just a delightful human being, and we just talked about horses and everything. They let us interview each other for episode Ardyn, and that's nice when you can just get to know your cast as people. And I hope that's what this is. You know, people are finding a little bit more about me, and they know I'm just dumb, and I'm a big mouth.
You're not dumb. No, $1 going in. You're not.
I didn't say the Milton Bradley game name.
Okay, can you say?
That was a very old reference.
I think we. What was the word? Like, we totally, like, I don't want to say the word. It's like the C block. Like, we were gonna ask you to say a line, and you came so close to saying it like 3 times, and the chat was just like, it's the what is it? The what's the line? The throne leads you here. It only seats one, or something.
Yeah. Wasn't it?
Can you just...
Was it? Because that was the boats lead you there.
No, it's the
boats bring you here.
It's
at
the
won't
end.
take you forth.
Right.
And then it was, the throne leads you here. It only seats one.
Oh my God.
But that I got to do that wonderful speech of, Izunia, Chancellor of Niflheim, at your humble service.
So good. He's
you're like,
so good.
I had to match the wonderful performer who did the body. I had to match his performance, and I was like, thank you for that that little pause of going humble. That I, because sorry, I'm stuttering because I'm so excited.
No, I'm super excited for you.
Great.
I'm
super excited.
I have something for you, and I am so terribly sorry that I have to wrap this up.
You have to put $1 in the machine.
You're right. So you,
gonna give it all
you
away.
and the other guys were nominated for a Crystal Award, and nobody on the Final Fantasy 15 team won the voice acting award. What's his name? John Eric Bentley was an amazing Barrett, so it was a well-deserved win. But I felt like you deserved an award as well. I gave all the other guys awards too, so this is your award. It's like the best acting award. It's it's like a drama.
Thank you.
Let me read what it says. Do you know what deicide means? Because I feel like people don't know what deicide is.
Yes, killing a god.
Okay, all right.
I took 4 years of Latin, something else.
Okay,
and by the 4th year, I was the only student in the class. And it was a semester of me and the teacher.
That's rough.
Going, what was it?
What are we going to do today?
Pater noster quiescent caeli sanctificator nomen tuum adveniat regnum tuum fiat voluntas tua sicut in caelo et in terra panem nostrum quotidianum da nobis hodie et debita nobis debita nostra sicut et nos dimitimus debitorbis nostris et ne nos inducas in tentationem sed libera nos a malo. Lord's Prayer in Latin.
Wow.
Oh,
Did you memorize
I remember that.
You just know it. Oh my gosh. Well, so what this says is the nameplate says best performance of a villain who makes a compelling argument for deicide, because I think Ardyn was pretty justified, to be honest. If you have a P.O. box, I will contact you and maybe I can send this to you. I would really like to send it. It's just like an $8 thing.
Honestly, I will say, to thank everyone, and this, I really mean this, the award that we got was doing this.
Yeah.
The gift that we got was that the joy that people have still for it.
Totally.
Again, it's being part of a project that resonated.
Yeah.
You don't get that a lot.
Yeah.
And that you guys are taking the whole day to play through our wonderful world.
I am just so glad that my heart, after we talked on the phone the other day or on Zoom, my heart was just like 3 sizes too big for like my chest. And
That's a medical condition,
I know.
young lady.
And I was like, I cannot wait. I cannot wait for everybody to have this exact experience. And like the chat is just like popping off. So I'm going to,
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Everybody, I'm wishing everyone health and safety, and hopefully, next year we can get back to something. Maybe one day they'll get me out to a convention. I just get so like.
Hey, Darin, you do whatever makes you comfortable. Your fan base is never gonna leave you. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What makes you happy makes us happy. Even if it's nothing. Like even if we know that you love this role, like this people have witnessed you just totally just embrace this. That's enough for us. That I speak for everybody.
They know that I really love it, and I want everyone to feel seen and appreciated.
They are.
I just did something for Star Wars very similar to this for the Old Republic.
Right.
And we were talking about, there was a convention they brought me to, a Star Wars celebration in Orlando. And they had a little moment on stage, and then I left the stage and we just want, because they do it like a cocktail party and there's everybody there.
Yeah.
And then just talk to people.
Yeah.
So I stopped to talk to someone, and all of a sudden there was a line, and 3 hours later the thing was over, and I had no idea. There was a big cosplay shoot next to me. I had no idea it went on.
Right.
Because you want to give everyone your focus.
And
at BlizzCon they'll have to drag me away.
Yeah.
Because I want everyone to feel the love that we have for these projects, and thank them. And they're like, "You're going to kill yourself, old man."
Stop. You're not old man. I think everybody here absolutely knows that. Like, you don't have to. I feel like you and I are kindred spirits in that we're worried because we want everyone to have a special moment. But it's like, we only have so many spoons. Like, we can only, and you go so above and beyond. You don't ever have to question anybody's loyalty or anything to you. So anyway, I have to really
I will
kick you
question
off.
the first person, Smokey Bear. No. What do we have? We have to go. We have to move on.
I do have to boot you off. I'm going to end the call.
Okay.
Is there anything you'd like to say? Well, let us just say happy birthday. Collective happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Enjoy the weekend. We have good news this weekend.
It started with, did I tell you the ice cream? It started with
yes, you got cornbread and sage stuff, sage
peach and cornbread stuffing ice cream from Salt and Straw.
There's a wall of people saying happy birthday to you right now.
Thank you.
And then really quickly,
that ice cream is as fancy as any outfit that I would ever wear. So I would recommend sage, peach, and cornbread stuffing ice cream. Enjoy, and we will see you on the other side of this sadness. And know, we will be together again.
that was beautiful.
Darin, we're crying over here. Thank you so much.
Happy birthday.
We'll see you again, I'm sure.
I love you guys. Thank you for doing this.
Bye. Thank you so
and thank you to
much.
the wonderful stage manager lady.
Yep, Kathryn. Yep,
Bye,
that's you.
everybody. Stay healthy.
Bye, Darin.
All right, have a good evening.
Bye. I can see you.
So, oh my God. My heart is so full right now. I mean, I didn't think my heart could be any fuller after all of this conversations. I'm so glad everybody got that experience, because that was the experience I got. I'm so sorry.
You weren't kidding. He's an amazing
He's
person.
just so, a gem of a human being. I'm sorry, I gotta get Robbie's.
Do you want me to type up this email so you can
No. It's totally fine.
Okay. I don't know.
Participants.
Yeah, let me get myself
all right.
really quickly.
Join with computer audio.
Do you mind if I just unplug myself?
Oh, yep, you're fine. Participants. I'm sorry, hang on. Okay, sorry everybody. Sorry, we're gonna have to quick change it out here because I don't want to make Robbie wait.
It's still live with So it's like double picture and picture.
Oh yeah. Okay, hang on. Let me fix that. Sorry. This is fun. Wow, that's hilarious. It's like me and then more me.
Oh.
Okay, just a second.
Yeah, hydrate, please.
I know my voice is just completely shot. Poor Robbie's gonna be like, that didn't sound like you a while ago. Invite. Copy link. Invite. Okay, sending it to Robbie Daymond.
So I'm just going to play a little catch up here and take a look at the donations and see what is going on. We got a lot that came in.
Oh my God, you guys.
While Darin was here. So thank you so much, Mouse Marple. Thank you so much, Kate. Thank you so much, Fallen Soul, Holly Jolly, Tiffany, Rocket Sparkle, Tonberry Mug, Ivory, Cassandra, Andy, and Maestro Roku. Thank you guys so much for all of those donations while we were chatting with the lovely Darin. Thank you guys. You guys are unbelievable. That puts us now at $5,415 for Extra Life charity, you guys.
You guys, I promise you, I'm gonna write everybody like thank you cards, and I'm gonna just tell everyone if you want to write something, we'll make it happen. Please. Take your
you guys have been unreal. Thank you so much for all of the support. Thank you.
I'll admit you into the session right at 2 p.m.
Oh, Wheelchair Hero, welcome back. We're just getting ready for our, I think our final guest of the day, who's going to be calling in here in 15 minutes.
Oh, wait, 3
We reached our goal.
Oh my God, I cannot believe this.
And then some change.
Yeah, hi Robbie, just want to drop you. I cannot believe, I don't know why I underestimate anybody. Why do I do that? You guys always come out in spades. Hi Robbie, I just want to, it's not because of you guys, like, I know your generosity and your heart is in the right place, but I know times are hard for everybody. Please take your time. Okay.
You guys have been so supportive and so amazing. Thank you guys so much.
I'm sorry. I know we could have we probably could have gotten 5 more minutes in there, but I told all of the guys that I would be prompt about sending them their emails at 10 minutes till, and I just was running out of time, and I knew it would take me a little time, so I don't know why I'm saying sorry, because it is what it is.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'll donate at the end of the day. At the end of the night, I said, Mouse, Meta. She's got 50 different names that I know her. Tintin, MM. I feel bad because I didn't give MM a shout out during the Adam stream. She's also top tier Ignis. I mean, his glasses. I don't want to single anybody out because I just don't want anybody to feel like there's a clique of Ignis people. We're all here for Ignis. It's just that those are the people that I've known the longest in the fandom, so.
Oh, don't worry, his glasses. We ordered Shay some pad thai, and she is absolutely getting kicked off the stream once we're done with Robbie. Oh my, okay, you guys, this is next level because of your guys' insane support and generosity.
No, I don't want to it's not important. That's not the important thing.
Sharper day.
Sharper day. Okay, I feel like I need to tell everybody what happened.
Hold on. Kaito Ace, thank you so much.
Kaito Ace?
Math
oh my gosh.
Class Warfare, thank you so much.
Let's see more.
Oh, Math Class Warfare.
You can't make those reactions. And
I know. I have to tell everybody. I knew that there was, if you raised a certain amount of money, if you raised $1,000, you got a medal, an Extra Life medal. I didn't know that if you I didn't look at the milestone things, the things that you won if you, I just didn't look at them. I didn't know what else was there. I thought the medal was the big winner thing, and I was like, yeah, $1,000, I could do that. I could get a medal. The $5,000 winner gets a DX racer chair, a gaming chair. So
you're a real gamer now.
I'll have to think about something to do with it. I don't know if I feel comfortable keeping that. I'll have to maybe donate it to
Shop our day.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Charm,
I just got the email as I'm emailing Robbie. So yeah, I can't believe that. I guess I don't have to sit on this sagging couch anymore.
Cup of Stardust and Google Charm, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
You
guys are all saying congratulations. I didn't do anything. It was all you. You guys were the ones like throwing the money around, like making it rain. Like this is like FF15 like stripper runs. Okay, what would a club, an FF15 club be called? What do you guys think about it?
That's a good question.
Wow, you guys are just out of this world, man. Well, I'll say something. Maybe if I get it, I can paint it to look like Ignis is like enveloping me. I don't know. Oh my god. That would be the Choco Club. Yeah, that's a good name. All right, I'm sorry. I'm kind of keeping one eye on it.
See more of that sharpness.
God, boy, you guys, my bri, like I'm losing. Like hyperventilating here.
Oh my gosh. Thank you.
Talk really quickly about the donations.
Yeah, let's talk about it. We've got 10 minutes, guys, until some more donation incentives go
Do we have any stretch donations? I just can't think of anything for just any stretch donations. I'll drink pickle juice at 6,000 or something. I don't know. That's kind of a...
We have the handmade Leonis plushie from Kaitu Ace.
Oh, those. Yeah. Sorry, I thought you meant milestones. Yes,
no,
we do have.
Incentives and milestones. Two different
things.
So this is the
incentives.
The 2 o'clock.
This is the core one.
The what?
What is the
handmade Leonis plushie?
Leonis.
Yes.
It's a core Leonis plushie. Yes. It's so
from Kaitu Ace.
At $6,000, I get some sleep. Thank you, Jax.
Honestly.
Bless.
Yeah, guys, that's the new incentive.
Oh my god.
Shay takes a nap.
So, trying to find the link to donate. If you go to
I got you guys.
Okay,
I got
she's
you. I'm
got
putting it in
you.
the chat. Don't
Give
you
that-
fret. Don't you worry.
check out the link that Yep, she's got it.
What's it?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, guys, new goal. New milestone at 6,000. Shay takes a nap.
Do you think maybe I should I feel like this is cheating, but I feel like I should skip to chapter select to the end of the games.
We can do that later.
Yeah, okay. If
it have to be right now.
If it feels like we're running out of time, we'll chapter select at the end of the game. Oh my god, I have earned all the sleep. Okay. 25. Oh, you guys.
Guys,
stop.
You are incredible. Seriously, thank you. Another $50 donation. Oh my god.
Thank you so much, Silver Tiger. And somewhere
Silver
on
Tiger. If you love Final Fantasy 14, please commission Silver Tiger because Silver Tiger is has the most amazing. I don't know if they're open for commissions right now, but their Final Fantasy 14 art. I mean, their 15 art is amazing too, but their 14 art is just I'm not
Shop our day.
I love their Warrior of Light. You know what I mean? That's how good their fan art is.
Oh,
okay, thank you.
I'm gonna steal the platform really quick just because I want to talk about this so I can go post up and get ready to post these. So at 3 o'clock, we are going to have a couple of donation incentives unlocked. We have the handmade Leonis plushie from Kaitu Ace. And then we have an Ignis for Every Occasion sticker set from Igni Heart. And then we also have day 20 of the Igtober original illustrations by ISEB herself. Magic.
It's the choke. Oh my god, Adam made a joke. He retweeted it and he was like, abracadabros, because there's a picture of the 3 bros as rabbits. You can go see it. And I thought he was just speaking Spanish, he was brushing up on his Spanish. And so 2 hours later, I get the joke and I was like, oh, I gotta get it now. And then he's like, oh, you're cute.
Again, when we hit 6,000, Shay will take a nap.
Yes. Moly. I hope, God, I know that everybody is dying to be singled out. I wish I could just give everybody a special moment, have Ardyn say everybody's name or, Ignis. I feel like this is worthy of an apology because I knew going into it. No, it is. I want you guys to know that, this is not about me. I am lucky enough that I get to enjoy it. I'm I get to contact the people, so I get to talk to them all. But I want you guys to know, I want everybody. I feel their love, and I'm trying to project their love out onto you guys as best I can. And it's probably not fair of me to be like, oh, I know that person gets a shout out. But I want everybody to have that feeling as well. And, you can only do so much in so much time. So, okay, that's all. I will.
Just all of you guys being here. Some of you have been here since midnight. Goodness
seriously,
sakes,
Nighty is definitely getting, I'm gonna like make it rain like Ignis drawings on her.
Sean Konyan, thank you so much for the donation. Thank you.
Wow. Whoa. Holy moly. Thank you so much. Much love to my final fantasy. That's so cute.
Final fantasy.
We are final fantasy.
Stop. I love that. Can we like...
This has been such a wonderful day. So much energy. Dizzy Moogle is just a girl in Florida.
Hi, Rio. How are you? Final fantasy. I am obsessed with that, you guys. Let's go.
Another $10 donation.
Another one?
Yeah, just
from the one we just said, Sean Konyan?
Is this just like update or
yeah, this is auto update.
I'm a few seconds behind, so it popped up on the stream. Sorry.
The Final Fantasy. That is indeed Noctis had the regalia.
Yeah, we are the Final Fantasy guys.
Gosh, I feel like this is. Sorry, you have to look at this stupid loading screen. I have so bad. Oh my god, because I'm afraid Robbie. Okay, I can do it. I can do it. Please tell Robbie I apologize if I'm late. The fastest pee ever. Oh, buddy, I'm sorry.
Just smacked her dog with the door, you guys. Yeah, no, I love that hashtag. I know, honestly, like all of you guys, every single one of you that has been hanging out with us, and just the generosity is unreal. So we really appreciate every single one of you, all 295 of you. What the hell? What the hell? You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. I know, it's just been a hang, guys. Like, I feel like we're all just sitting in a living room together and we're all just having a good time and not making any progress in this video game whatsoever, but we're raising money for a really good cause. I know, chat, yeah, I can't believe it. The donation bar is full. Somehow, we're like trying to, what other milestones?
Got plenty of time to go.
I know, what other milestones can we do, guys?
Yeah.
You know, like what
let's see more of that sharpness.
Tonberry mug, thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, here we go.
She's back, kids.
Fastest pee ever.
Oh, no worries, Shove a Shrub. No worries. Take it easy, get some rest.
9 more hours. This is fine.
I'm
like totally running on it.
For success. I would love to have a Final Fantasy.
The wig and the Cindy wig and hat.
This is awesome!
I will do that for you. I will put on the Cindy wig and hat just as soon as we finish up with, cause like lightning pee. That's right. I like didn't even like touch the toilet. I was just like.
No, she was so bad. No, we were trying to come up with more milestones. Which milestones have we missed? We need to do the chubby bunny. We need to dye your hair.
Yeah. Let me see the milestone.
Okay. Well, what if? Okay, I like this Cindy one though. Is kind of funny.
Well, I mean, it's got to be more. Like, it's got to be something like.
Unicorn Wednesday. Your mom has to play Final Fantasy 15.
Oh, I gotta go put on the unicorn. Fuck. Oh, I'm so sorry, everybody. I should do it now. Because
Black Wraith Tea, thank you.
I just
so
don't
much.
know where my unicorn onesie is. I think it's in my car, so.
It's okay.
God, it's gonna stink like dog.
This is awesome!
Dye her purple.
Sanat, thank you for the host. Thank you.
Crazy. Oh my gosh, $10. Yeah, my mom is gonna play. She's.
Oh, so we still have milestones. We're still good.
Well,
we
have to redeem them.
We have to do them, actually.
Yes.
Yeah. I love that it's something you just casually have in your card. The only reason I have it is because I used to go to conventions
Nerdy
and I would just
thank you so much, Nerdy
if
Rogue.
I wasn't feeling like, oh, Nerdy Rogue, she's the one who did the blanket, that Ignis blanket. Oh my god.
I think it's amazing, by the way.
Outrageous. Should I turn the capture card on? Is it no, I turned the volume down. Is that too distracting?
It's fine with
Okay.
her. It doesn't matter.
With or without or no?
I want to ride my chocobo all day.
Every time I see that,
Don't worry about the noise, but it's not.
Every time I see Prompto pop up, I'm like, oh no, it's Robbie. I need to get. Oh wait, yeah, he's not here yet. Just kidding.
Yeah, that blanket is incredible.
So
I like Jen's milestone. Shay plays with the correct controls.
Is this something for the stream?
What is that?
I don't know. Something for ISEB. So
I think it is. I think.
Waiting for a prize.
That's my Lost in War zine. Hey.
There's addresses on there.
Sorry, yeah,
Cover that.
I got my Lost in War zine. No, thank you. It's not for the stream. Thank you though.
Dogs make a cameo?
The dogs have made a cameo. Come here, Abby. You're the little one. Come here. She's like, nope. Nope. Come here. Buddy's like, I'll get up here if you give me a treat. Okay, So
yeah,
we just
that
sit
blanket
here
is
and-
dope, you guys. That blanket is like next level.
No, I don't. I'm there. Robbie's gonna jump in here any minute, so.
I want to ride my chocobo.
Kelsey,
all day.
Elise, thank you so much
Sorry.
for the donation. Thank you.
So, God, you guys
and
are
Lahara,
so-
thank you as well.
Your hearts are so freaking big.
I know, you guys have just been so generous. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate it.
Just unreal. I didn't think my brain could break anymore after that. Like I've said that before. It's, yeah, me too, Sarah. I just am like, is it Robbie? Okay. This is fine. Calm. I can do an unboxing. Unfortunately, there is Star Scourge in that thing,
Oh.
which is also known as glitter. Like
Oh.
they put a
Is that
glitter.
so?
We will throw money at you. You guys are just. I don't take your kindness lightly. Like I feel it. Like the way I'm sure the guys feel.
Shop every day.
Shop every day.
Oh.
I'm like trying to say something
Amanda,
really important,
thank you
and then
so
like
much,
Noctis is
Amanda.
like,
Thank
shark
you,
every
thank you,
day.
thank you.
I feel like I can get a sense of what the guys feeling when they see just like the flood of like, you know, I see everything that you guys. I mean, I haven't been paying attention to the chat because I've been talking, but every time I glance over to the chat, this is what makes it so. I'm worth everything, you know. I'm very happy to spread the love. But
It's our Final Fantasy.
you have, yeah, Final Fantasy. So my dog has a nice ergonomic bed here, and he decides to lay on the hard concrete floor, and so the little dog goes to lay on the big bed because she's like, "Be smile, Ashley. Thank you so much for this. You guys are so. I meant to spend my day working on my, but the stream has had my attention.
Aw,
Aw,
Jay, thank you.
I'm back. I need
Welcome
to shower
back,
with the love.
Ba-ba-ba-bum-bum.
Adeline?
Ba-bum.
Again? What?
Thank you.
Adeline, can I say? Adeline, are you in
And
the chat?
Sandor, thank you as well.
Can I like pimp you
Shop every
out?
day.
Can I? Adeline?
Recipe for Success, thank you. Or Recipe for Success,
Someone
my
text
bad. Thank
Adeline
you so
for
much.
me.
Thank you so much.
Adeline, text me if I can pimp you
Let's see
out.
more of that sharpness.
Electra,
Oh, there
thank
she
you
is.
so
Can I
much.
pinch you out? Okay, I'm gonna do it. Just so you guys know, I said I wasn't gonna you know, promote anything monetary for anybody else, but I just want everybody to know that my friend Adeline, Adeline G, she is she's been working really hard the last couple of years to get her book published, and one has been published, the second one is coming out this year. She just signed a big deal. Like, if you guys love reading, like, please, I'll send a link at some point. She's just amazing, and it's been such a joy watching her grow from this. We both actually started
I
out.
want to ride my chocobo all day.
Thank you so much, Mickle Charm.
And Sarah Cakes as well. Thank you so much, Sarah Cakes.